Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. We're also streaming to you live on yorbamedia.com. Thanks for joining us. Today I've got Nick Santiago, President and CEO of In the Money Stocks, on this segment. Nick, thanks for coming back on the show.
Great to be with you again, Michael.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, you've got a lot of markets you wanted to talk about today. But before we get into them, I want to give you a little heads up. You got to tune in on our show on Monday at 1 o'clock, a little early. We're going to have the mayor of Dallas, Mike Rollins, coming on to the show. My co-host at Simon, you met him. Once he lined that up, we're going to talk to him about his economic scenarios.
Excellent.
Thanks. Okay, you want to start talking about the dollar?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the U.S. dollar index. I've been making that correlation with you on your show for a while now that, when the dollar goes down, the markets inflate. Yesterday, the dollar had a roaring move higher, and today it was just completely annihilated once the opening bell rang. The U.S. dollar index now trading down to around $79.48 per contract on the futures, and you can see today how the markets rallied back up. So just want to point out to all your listeners to watch that correlation. When the dollar goes down, the market goes up, and vice versa. It really is the most tightly wound correlation I've ever seen, and it's been in play for about 10 years now. It doesn't get much media attention, but it's always worth keeping a dollar chart up at all times.
Okay, all right. Well, my cycles have the longer-term cycles. We've got the stock market moving up to the middle of March. What say you?
Yeah, I think that could be a fair assessment. I'm looking at the market probably moving up a little bit longer, but we are so overbought and extended. We could pull back at any point. But I think that's around that time frame is very possible.
So near term, any pullback really looks more like to be a short term break that would lead to higher prices before this rally is over.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are making a big deal about yesterday's sell-off reversal day, but again, it occurred on an options expiration during an options expiration week. So really, we weren't. Really too concerned about yesterday's decline. And the market right now, the volume trends that are in place are just absolutely terrible. When the volume picks up, it's downside action. Right now, we just haven't seen much volume in this market, so it tells us we could still push a little higher. Okay,
I got that. I've been doing a lot of FX trading recently, and all of my short euro positions got liquidated. I got stopped out at a profit on my euro positions today, and I was wondering. I haven't shorted the dollar yet, but some of my positions haven't gotten hit. So let me get some more information from you on the dollar. It looks like a key reversal day here today. I see that it's not an outside engulfing pattern, but I wanted to get your opinion on that. Do you think we're headed much lower, down to at least a 78.5 level?
No, I think actually looking at the U.S. dollar index, I think we probably 78.5 could possibly come into play. But right now, what I think is going to happen, you've had a good little rally over the past week, and we'll see if it shapes up with a higher low pattern, and the dollar could ultimately move higher. But it's possible to come down to 78.50, 78.30. You can't rule it out, especially the way the sell-off is took place today. So, and then I think the dollar is building cause to move higher. So, maybe we pull back a little bit, and then, maybe it works out into your cycle period as well.
All right. Now, so 78.5, maybe 79-ish. Higher, though. You're looking for higher prices, more bullish, a place to buy the dollar is what I heard.
Yeah. I'm looking for a spot to buy the dollar here. I think we've had a nice little pop. If we could get a higher low pattern in here, meaning we don't go down to the 78.50 area, that's going to be setting the dollar up to go up to probably the 82 level.
Okay, all right, I got that 82 level that occurred back in.
Still a couple, I think it's still a few weeks away. I think that it may not happen right away.
Okay, so you're not ready to make a trade on this yet. Well, let's see a setup first.
Yeah, you need to see a setup. You need to see a pattern on the chart. I don't think we're there yet. And the markets are, people are complacent now, thinking that there's so much liquidity out there, markets could never go down again regarding the S&P 500. But when that dollar makes its move to the upside, these markets are going to come in.
Okay, all right, FXY.
Yeah, that was something I brought to your attention about 2 weeks ago, and I was on your show, and I said that I had told my chat room subscribers if they wanted to go short at that 129.25 level, they could, and I mentioned it on your program Now it's trading down to 124.69. So I just want to give your listeners a heads up. And if any of them did get into that trade, now you want to protect that trade. I would take some profits, and also I would at least trail the stop on whatever position you're holding in it.
Any numbers on trailing the stop?
Well, when I look at this thing, it's done everything that we expected it to do. I think on your show I talked about it moving down to the 125.50, 126 level. It's actually at 124.70 now. Trail the stop around 126 and a quarter. Look for a 123.50 target.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest things to do in this business is once you're in profit, knowing where to put that stop on a trailing basis.
Well, it is pretty tough, but it's a nice position to be in.
Yep, it certainly is. All right, now you've got a question that showed up before you came on the show today. They've been waiting for you for me to ask this to you. It's about gold and silver. Let me read it to you. The way gold and silver have been trading the past few weeks leads me to believe that neither will break below their December 2011 low anytime in 2012. Does Nick agree? Why or why not?
Oh, no, I don't agree with that. I think that in 2012 we'll go down and test that and probably take it out to the downside. I don't think we're going to get much past that. The way gold is behaving, I definitely understand where they're coming from. It's behaving very well. It has not sold off. I mean, but I do think that any failure up here, or if we take out the 160 level, we'll go test 150, break it. But I'm not in the camp that gold. I'm sorry, GLD at least.
Right.
But I'm not in the camp that gold is going to really collapse on us, and I think we're going to get a great buying opportunity for gold at the end of the year.
Okay, when you say the end of the year, are you talking fourth quarter, or do you have a specific month?
Fourth quarter.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
A little generic right now.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter.
Okay, and then you said, give me that number again on the GLD you think we're looking at for support. What was that, 130? Is that what you said?
Well, it's going to be right around the 149 level.
Okay, 150-ish.
Yeah, 150, 149, and we may go. It's possible to go a little bit lower. I don't rule it out, but there's so much support on this thing around 140. It's hard to see this thing break really significantly past there.
Okay, so in futures terms, that would be somewhere around 1540.
Yeah, well, let me.
Yeah, it's about the December-ish. End of December lows, December last year.
Let me look at my futures chart.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a correlation on for the future guys.
Yeah, I would say 1,400.
Oh, 1,400. Okay, a little deeper
14.
than that. Okay, got it. All
about
right.
1,400, and then you got 1,500. Obviously, is going to be a very, very good support also. But we can't rule out 1,400.
From 1728 to 1,400 over the next 9 months.
Yeah, six to 9 months. I would say 7 months.
Okay, I could see it happening technically because on a longer-term chart, you've got the third lower high coming off of what happened just here 3 months ago.
I mean, 1,400 was where the breakout theoretically occurred, so that's going to be just a big, big support level if we got down there.
That's going to be a big, big trade from here if it pulls off.
Yeah. It's you got to let these things set up though. So right now it's not there yet, but and gold is holding up very, very well. I mean, I remember being on your show, I believe on the 28th or 29th of December, saying that gold put in a short-term low, and it should give us a corrective move to the upside, and we're still in that move.
Hey, I remember you being on my show and hitting the copper market within 1/100th of a penny. So yeah, I'm paying attention.
I've had a couple of good ones.
All right, let's go on to the JJC.
Yeah, that's copper, and the reason why we look at the JJC is just because everybody has it on their platform. It's having a decent day today. But one thing I want to point out about the JJC is that on the 9th of February, it looked like it was breaking out, and it came back down and tested the 48 level today. So in a sense, it had a failed breakout there, and that's always should be watched. What I would watch for JJC now is simply sideways action, and then I do think we're going to see further downside in this one. I'm actually, just for fair disclosure, I am holding the BOM, which is double long base metals, and I've been in that trade since $10.56. We've already taken half the profits off the table. Today we were up about $2 on the trade, but we just trailed the stop now, and we're looking for higher prices on that one.
Do you think we're going to get back up to the $15 level that we had last year?
Eventually I do. Eventually I do think so. That's actually my target on this trade is $13.90. So I am expecting us to get there. But ultimately, when the markets start to sell, and I do believe they're going to, this thing can easily go back to $16, $17.
Okay. All right. That's well said. All right. FCX.
Yeah, that's Freeport-McMoRan, and that's just another play on copper. Putting in a nice day today, it's getting a little bit of a bounce on the daily chart. Came very close to the 50 moving average. This stock, ultimately, I have penciled in to go down to $40. It is making a nice little outside day. So if the market's going to hold up a little while longer, what I want traders to do is just watch for pattern on this. This will be something that I eye to go short, once we have a turning point in this market.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of gaps on this thing that's happened over the last week and a half. And I want to get, before we move on to the next market, was Apple, I wanted to get your opinion. Do you think we're going to go up to that 46 and fill that gap?
It's very possible. It all depends on how far the dollar falls. If the dollar goes lower, you're going to see this go higher. In fact, if you take a look at a U.S. dollar index chart today and you overlay it on Freeport-McMoRan, you're going to see that it's a direct inverse trade. Copper is trading, 100% inverse to the dollar, and this is the biggest copper producer out there. So just, it's possible, but look at those gaps to the downside, Michael, around $40. You can see there are 39 to 40, and then there's downside gaps at 36.85 all the way up to 38. I mean, they're kind of calling our name that they want to get filled eventually. So, yeah, I'm looking for a bounce here to get in on this short side on this one. Okay,
and last but certainly not least, Apple.
Yeah, last week when I was on your show, I had talked about options expiration, how they're going to take this thing probably to the, I think I said 510, 511 level.
Yep.
They actually went to 525 yesterday. We put out an alert for our traders yesterday to go short or to buy puts up there at the highs, and we're handsomely rewarded in one day as Apple had one of its biggest reversal days. Again, watch for pattern on this one, but this stock, after a big reversal day like that, could be due to pull back further, although I think yesterday's move had more to do with options expiration than anything else.
We got to end it there, man. You are just remarkable. Okay, give us a contact so people can get in that trade room with you.
Yeah, come on over to InTheMoneyStocks.com. We offer a 7-day free trial. We have a chat room where you can watch our desktop live. Also follow all of our charts, follow all of our trades each and every day. Watch our videos. We put tons of content out there. Give it a shot. 7-day free trial. Once you come in, usually you don't leave.
And if once you were in there, you could have been on these trades. All right, Nick, thanks so much. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
You're welcome. All right, Nick Santiago, InTheMoneyStocks.com. Go there. Watch him pull off these trades. It's amazing.